Hello, it is a pleasure to be with you again. We were talking just now what is happening or what's going to happen this year in Dublin. For the first time in the history of ITF, we have had 135 applications to be umpire for 85 free slots. This means that between 45 people will be left out. This is a new situation for us because usually we have to ask and re-ask for countries to send their umpires, but this is not the case. This massive quantity of applications is a total success because we think that people are now interested. In all the countries, they think that being an umpire now is like a career planning. There are many ways you can participate in the ITF Taekwondo community. You can be a competitor, you can be a coach, you can be an observer, you can be an authority, member of some organization, but also you can be an umpire as a career planning. Being now an umpire is very well seen. This means that you need to study, you need to participate in a lot of tournaments and a lot of seminars and a lot of IUCs, International Umpire Courses. This means that in order to be an umpire in a world championship, you need to be qualified and very well qualified. Not only with the minimum requirements, but you need to study, participate, interact, be observer. One of the cores that we are asking for umpires is that they be very, very keen observers, precise observers. It's not enough that you're a good competitor, a good coach to be an umpire. You need to know the rules, but that is not enough. Even that is not enough. You need to be a very, very well observer. For that, you need practice. If you want to be an umpire in special techniques, or you want to be an umpire in power breaking, it's not easy. You need to know very well which is the protocol, how to interact with the authorities of that, of the ring council of that ring, and you need to know how the techniques go and when you will assign a point or not. And for that, you need to be observing very, very precisely what they are doing. For being an umpire in patterns, you need not only to know the technique of patterns, but you need to know very, very well how to observe where mistakes are seen. For example, if you're an umpire of a pattern, you know that when a participant starts to practice or start to compete, he has 10 points. While he's going on, you will need to observe their mistakes, as many mistakes as you may detect or see. This will start, or you will start lowering points from 10 and in increments of 0.2 points until you have 10 or 15 mistakes and the person will be deducted for that points. And then you have another instance where you are able to think a little bit, and then you lower even more points for sine wave and power. And it is very interesting, the system now to evaluate patterns. Free sparring, for example. You need to observe and you need to anticipate very well what techniques are going to happen. Anticipation, it's very, very important for the good observer. So we can see that also in pre-arranged sparring, that is a beautiful event. You need to observe the pure techniques that are happening there in the framework of our rules, and you need to observe very precisely and look at the mistakes that are being done in order to start lowering points. So it is becoming a professional art, professional activity to be an umpire now, and people like that. People like that we are serious and that we are trying to, as we were talking with, just a while with you, that we are trying to establish our rules and try to keep them steady with no changes during the years. And this year, for example, in Dublin, we issued a document that is called clarifications. We have almost changed nothing, but what we've done is we are clarifying and going in depth for each rule. So this is a little bit of our objective. People are sometimes worried about and say that we keep changing rules. We are trying not to change, and if there must be a change, we will ask and we'll make a survey with many coaches all around the world, and before making a change, we will ask them if that change is going to benefit our tournaments. If they think they will, and we think that they will, then we make the change. But we always ask before making a change. That is a very important point now, so our community knows that we take care of their opinion before making these small modifications to our rules. A little bit, that is the, in a nutshell, those are the most important points now. We'll have, this year we didn't have IUCs because all IUCs were done last year. We'll have a very important meeting before the tournament in Dublin. I think that in Dublin we are expecting more than 1,000 competitors, and it's going to be incredible world championships. We will have between 85 and 90 umpires there, and all the world Taekwondo community will be very anxious and are expecting to see an incredible tournament. The organizers are wonderful also too. So a little bit what I can say is that we are getting more and more professional each year. One other thing I like to mention to you is that each year we meet in Benidorm, in the headquarters of the ITF, and there we meet with the umpire committee members and the tournament committee members, and we discuss rules. We discuss them in depth. So usually what we do is we receive a lot of questions, we discuss them there, and then we issue a document of clarification that we send to all the countries. So a little bit this is the dynamics we produce and we are involved each day. Thank you very much for this time, and it will be great to see you in Dublin, and we wait for you there. Thank you very much.